Okay, you guys, welcome to our Tuesday night. It's our second week of our May Momentum Zooms. I'm really excited to be here tonight. Just like last week, I don't even really have any notes or anything. I just know that we're all in this season of really like building this momentum. And what I mean by momentum is these small steps every day that lead up to this snowball effect of results in your business where you are really working on every single day. You are building your business in such a way so that over time you can have lasting, sustainable growth and not feel like you need to be 100 miles per hour, hustling yourself to the bone. That's not why you started this business. That's not why you are here. You're here because you want to make residual income that's lasting, that can have a lasting effect on you, on your life, on your future, on your family's future. Nobody joins this business to work 8-9 hours a day. If you're blessed to be able to work your business 8-9 hours a day, no one's going to tell you not to do that. But most people who join this business have about 2-3 hours a day. I know there's some people on our team that have even less time than that. And so the whole point of doing these Zooms, kind of what we talked about last week, was like, what are the tasks that you are focusing on that are going to be the most effective and the most efficient so that you can work smarter and not harder. And so some of the things we talked about last week were making sure you're getting video content out there. If you are not on the video content train, I don't know what to tell you. We started a video content challenge on my team last week. Super proud of my team for getting out of their comfort zone and just keeping it simple and just getting it out there, because honestly, being consistent with video content is one of the number one things that's going to help you build momentum in your business. The second thing is just being consistent with the actions that you're taking. I don't know about the other girls on this Zoom, but I remember the days where it was like, God, I literally needed to send out like 100 to like 200 messages a day to feel like I was like accomplishing like life like in my business, to feel like I was getting the results that I wanted to get. And now I still think that reaching out, I think following up, I think building relationships is still super important, but you can do that in sending 25 to 50 messages out a day for host to post, making sure you're going back through your friends and followers to follow up with people who you've talked to before. It doesn't have to look the same as it did before, but the intention behind what you're doing is still important. Making sure that you're doing those follow-ups, continuing to build those connections. And then, we talked about putting out content. We talked about being consistent with the follow-up, and we talked about host to post, because who doesn't talk about host to post? I mean, a host to post has not been the number one way that I've enrolled recently, but it continues to be the number one way that I grow my network. And that's a huge part of running this business. So we talked about all of that last week. We talked about prepping posts. We talked about showing up authentically. We talked about all of this stuff. This week, when it comes to momentum, you guys, it is gotta look at the date because I'm a stay-at-home mom. Don't judge me. It's the 10th, okay? It is already the 10th of May. And so we started this whole May momentum movement, obviously a week ago was the 3rd, but really on May 1st. And so if you're finding yourself 10 days into the month, are you already feeling a little doubtful? Are you already feeling a little overwhelmed? Are you already feeling like, gosh, like I've been doing this for 10 days and nothing's happening? Like, it doesn't seem like that long of a time, but yet it does in our day-to-day lives when we are dealing with the things we are dealing with, when you are dealing with, in no particular order, screaming children, being pregnant, car accidents, crazy jobs, school. I know if you're in school, finals are coming up. Maybe your kids are almost getting out of school for the summer. When you are dealing with those things, it can feel like, oh my God, like it's been 10 days. I've been pushing so hard and I just want to see this momentum. I just want to see these results so bad. And you lose sight of the fact that it's only been 10 days. Since May 1st, since you made this commitment to building momentum in your business. And yes, we want results now, but one of the number one things we talked about last week also was that you're not building momentum for May, you're building momentum in May. So that June, July, August, September, literally talking about all the way down to December, you can have the kind of results in your business that you want to have. So tonight, I just want to talk a little bit about that mindset, because it's super easy to be consistent for one day, right? It's super easy to sit down on May 1st and be like, I'm doing it. This is my task list. I'm crossing off all the boxes. And then, May 2nd, maybe you still feel good. And then May 3rd, right? I don't know what happens. Something happens. And then maybe you missed a box or 2 boxes or 3 boxes on your checklist. And how that makes you feel and how you respond to that is going to determine whether or not you're able to actually continue to build momentum in your business, because it's not about if things are going to happen, it's about what you do when they happen, and when you feel like life is taking you off track. So I don't know necessarily who wants to go first, either Elisa or Brooke. Either of you are welcome to, but I can make you if I have to.
Brooke, you go.
Brooke, you go. Brooke, go.
Okay, sorry, my computer cut out, so I was like,
no,
wait,
okay.
what's happening?
No, that's okay. So we'll have you just talk to me a little bit about, so last week we talked about the things that you're doing to build momentum. This week, what we're really going to talk about is, what do you do when it gets hard to do those things, and how to continue to build momentum and keep the mindset of building momentum when maybe that's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this a lot, and I think one thing is like learning from not doing it, because like you said, life happens, and sometimes, especially early on in this business, or if you've been in this business for a while, you kind of let things go, and it's kind of this like slow, like you let things go, and then you let things go, and then you look at your business and you're not where you want to be, but then you turn around and you're like, well, what was I doing like a month ago? What was I doing 3 months ago? And so kind of like failing sometimes and like seeing like, oh, okay, well, that's what I wasn't doing. So that's why I'm not where I want to be in my business right there. So being honest with yourself, it's one of those things that I was thinking about it too. It's like, do we always want to go to work? No. You might have showed up for your shift today at the restaurant and been like, why am I here? Then you're stuck there. You thought you were going to be there for 3 hours, and then you were there for 6. I've been there so many times. You're like, why am I even still here? But the thing is, why you're there, because you need the money, right? So that's what we do. Like sometimes we do not feel like showing up, right? But what is the alternative? Well, you could go get another job, or your business is not going to be where you want it to be. And that is just a real conversation that you have to have with yourself. And sometimes, it seems hard to send the messages, or we don't feel like doing it, or we don't feel like sending the follow-ups because we're afraid of what people might say. But that's our job. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, the fear that we have in our brains is so much work actually going to happen. So with all that being said, really what has helped me so much, as well as like failing, is doing mindset work. And we're going to talk a lot about this. And like, I've learned from the best as well, because mindset is everything. So starting my day off with gratitude, what my life looked like. Seriously, like every day I'm thankful that I don't have to drive an hour to commute into the city to go to work, that, I get to work my business whenever I want to. Like the things that sometimes we might take for granted now are the things that we need to reflect on, because that will keep us going. And why you're doing this business, even if you've been in this business for 5 years or only 5 minutes, why are you here? And keeping that in the forefront of your mind too, because you are going to have off days. You're going to have days where it goes wrong. But if you have that why in front of you on a regular basis, knowing, okay, I'm so thankful I get to do this, and this is why I'm going to do it. And I know that if I just stay consistent, then this is what my life is going to look like. So it's not instant, but the alternative is so much worse, right? It's either stay on the hamster wheel and keep doing the things over and over and over again, keep living paycheck to paycheck, keep only putting $5 in your gas tank, Or decide today, make a decision that no matter what your day looks like, you're going to work your business. Maybe it's not 100% like, pedal to the metal every single day, but if you're doing something for your business every day and moving it forward, you're going to look back and be like, I'm so glad I decided to work my business that day, instead of being like, you know what, I'm going to like watch Netflix all day. Because I've been there, and it's so much better in the long run just to work your dang business than to watch Netflix, because really that's not getting you anywhere. And we all know that we have, like, I think Jackie said this, but the time you spend actually living your life after you've lived to like maybe 70 is only 7 years. After you eat, after you sleep, after you do all the things. And that kind of just blew my mind. Like, if I only have 7 years to live of living, how do I want to live? Right. And like with this business, it's really about how you can live. And to get to that point in your mindset, like, yes, maybe it's hard to send these messages, but what's harder? Leaving your kids at home and driving an hour to your job that you may or may not make money. You may or may not get a raise in like a year. And if you do, it's 25 cents. So really like having that mindset and reminding yourself every single day of what you're grateful for, why you're here, and just knowing that in the long run, even in, 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years, you're going to look back and be so thankful that you showed up for your business and you showed up for yourself.
Well, 100%. And I know that for some, like, because you're talking from this perspective of like that I very much get, which is like 7 years of life, ups, downs, life changes, moving, changing jobs, school, no school, babies, pregnancy, like all mental health, husband stuff, like marriage stuff, like all the things that have happened the last 7 years. And I have never once been like, oh my God, I really wish that one time in 2016, when I sat down to do that power hour, that like I wouldn't have. No, every single day, I am so grateful that every single day I have chosen this business in some capacity, even when it's hard, even when it feels discouraging, even when I've missed a goal. It always comes back around on the other side. Oh my God, I'm so glad I stuck it out. Oh my God, I'm so glad I just kept my vision. I'm just so glad that I just stayed as consistent as I could. Like you said, maybe that's not 100%. Maybe that's not sending messages every day. Maybe that's not putting out 3 TikToks every single day. But in some capacity, I have chosen this business every single day for almost 7 years. And I've never looked back and regretted that time. The other thing, so what you were saying is like, so like, what does life look like without this business? And then also, what does life look like with this business in 6 months, in a year, in 5 years? Like, what do you get to do if you just keep going? And I also wanted to just throw in there, for those of you who are newer, it's not about if. Okay. I think we do this weird thing where we have this limiting belief about like, we're scared if we go all in and we spend time every single day and we're consistent, and then quote unquote, like nothing happens. And like, that's not it's just not the truth. It's like the lie that we've been told by unsuccessful people about like people being successful. Like, oh, like she just got lucky. Like, oh, she must have had XYZ like work out in her favor. Like, no, she was just super consistent doing what she needed to do for as long as she needed to do it to get where she wanted to be. And so you need to put yourself into this mindset of like, it's not about if I get to live the life of my dreams in a year because of this business. It's like, if you put in 2 hours a day into your business for the next year, I promise you, a year from now, your life will look different. It just will, whether that's like a complete financial overhaul or just emotionally and spiritually and mentally, or whatever it may be. And that's the other thing I want to say, because I know I have a couple of newer girls on here. I don't know who's new on here, but just think about your life before you joined this group of women. Like, it doesn't even have to be financial. Like, it doesn't even have to be this like, how much has your life changed since you joined this business? Oh, it's like it's paying all my bills. Like, no, like, how much has your life changed just being part of this community, just being involved in being on Zooms where we're encouraging you to be better, having this outlet, this creative outlet for you to do something that's just for you. So when you're thinking about like the way that your life is with and without this business, make sure you include those things that aren't financial as well. Because this business, like Kylie just said, this business gives so much more than just money. And that's honestly, like, the money is great and that's why you joined, but like the biggest reason that I'm still here, besides the income, almost 7 years later, is like the community, the environment, the growth. I say community, but just like the friendships, the relationships that you build, the confidence that I've built. I say this all the time, and literally there is nobody on my team who knew me in 2015, but like I always talk about how like I still live like not in my hometown but close to my hometown, and occasionally I'll run into people from high school, and it's like, allow me to reintroduce myself. Like, I am not who I was 7 years ago. I'm not even who I was 3 years ago. Like, if anybody did know like Hope when she went double diamond, like I am not even close to that same person anymore. And that is honestly like worth almost all of the money that I've made doing this, because it's just been so incredible to find myself and own myself and have something that's mine and that I believe in, and these friends that really know me, and I know that they're really here like for me and for the real me. So anyways, that was kind of a rant, but thank you Brooke, you're 100% correct. It's about I get to, and I love that you talked about gratitude. If you don't start your day, in the middle of your day, at the end of your day, like it doesn't even have to start your day. If you don't take time on a daily basis to just like, it doesn't have to be a journal prompt, you guys. It doesn't have to be like this, like you have to sit down and like meditate. Just in your daily life, wow, I'm so grateful for this. And I'm not even talking about just the business. Wow, I'm so grateful for this house we're living in. Grateful for these shoes on my feet. Grateful for the clothes on my back. Grateful for the people in my life. Grateful that I have an amazing team I can get on Zoom with. Grateful for this cup of like greens. You know what I'm saying? Like, just have that gratitude come first and do it every single day, and allow yourself to really live in that space. And it just makes it so much easier. We are taught, we are conditioned, the people around us, by society, to look for what is wrong, what is not going right, what's the problem? Am I the problem? What's my problem? What's wrong with me? We're conditioned to do that. Break the cycle. What are you grateful for today? How are you living in that gratitude today? Even if it's just little tiny things in your business. So anything else, Brooke?
Yeah. So the only other thing I was thinking that I wanted to mention is, after gratitude, I always do some kind of personal development. So if it was like reading a book, like especially like the John Maxwell books or whatever books your enroller or recommended, read them. I promise you, like if you want to grow, you're going to want to pour into yourself and learn and develop. And then the other thing I do is I listen to podcasts. Like I'll listen to podcasts when I clean, when I do laundry, whatever, because so you want to get around, like I've just realized that you want to get around people who are like-minded than you and they want to help you level up. So that's why it's so great that you guys are on this Zoom, because you really want to be surrounded by that community, like Hope was saying. And you also want to pour into yourself, because all day long, aren't we giving to everyone else? Like I feel like if you're a mom, if you're a wife, if you work, with your team or whoever, you're pouring into people all the time. You can just take those few minutes every day and pour into yourself. Consistently doing that, you will see your mindset change, and you'll see how maybe you're having a crappy day and you do your journaling and do your podcast and you read, and your mood will get better. And you'll be like, you know what? I'm just going to tackle this. I'm just going to get it done. I'm just going to sit down 30 minutes, get my work done. And you'll just feel better, and you'll build that confidence, and that confidence in time will snowball, that you will, like you said, you'll be a different person. People will hardly recognize who you once were, because you're pouring into yourself and you're becoming more confident. And that's just going to help benefit you in your life. And it is more valuable than money for sure. So those are my tips.
No, I absolutely love that you brought that up too, because like, that's why you're here. Like, that's why you're on this Zoom, is because like you want to have shift in your life. You want to have your business feel different. You want to have your life feel different. And that's why you get on Zooms with Jade. That's why you get on Zooms with us, is because like you want to feel something. You want to get on a Zoom and hear something that's going to like change something for you. It's exactly the same with podcasts. It's exactly the same with books. Continuing to grow your own understanding of your own mind, building habits, successful people, money, and how money works and how we think about money. There are so many books and so many podcasts and so many Zooms that you can watch to fill your head with these things. Like Brooke said, when you're cleaning, when you're driving, when you're getting ready, I do so much personal development when I'm like getting ready for the day. It's like my go-to. I like either put in like an upbeat, either like an upbeat meditation or affirmation. I'm listening to Atomic Habits right now, which is so freaking good. It is all about how we build habits as human beings. And I'm like, not gonna lie to you guys, I'm like listening to it as I'm like sitting in the drive-thru to like get food after work, and like thinking about how like I've like built this habit to like go get food after work. And I'm like, wow, I've really like, I'm gotta beat this habit. Like I'm listening to him tell me in my ears how I built this habit, and I gotta break this habit. It's not just about your business. It's about your entire life. It's about how adjusting how you look at the world, how you think about yourself, how you think about success, how you think about the people around you. And you're not going to do that if you're not, like Brooke said, if you're not pouring into yourself, if you're not learning. It's about learning new information, right? That's what you're getting from podcasts. That's what you're getting from books, is thoughts that you haven't thought before, information that you didn't know before. So fit it in the nooks and crannies of your day, you guys. When you feel like you're going to listen to music, when you feel like you're going to slap something on the TV, even having it in the background like you would with TV is better than like whatever reality show I would put on Netflix, I'm sure. So 100% absolutely love that. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that you're doing this with us this month. And thank you for sharing all of that. So okay, yeah, so we'll just move to Elisa. And if you guys have not heard from my girl, we've done a couple of Zooms with her in like the last 6 months. Mindset has been like the biggest thing for her that has changed her business. So will you just talk a little bit, because I know I have a couple new girls on here. Will you just talk a little bit about like just kind of what that journey has looked like for you, and then kind of this month specifically some of the things you're focusing on to build momentum.
Yeah, it's crazy. So hi guys, I'm Elisa. So on my Facebook memories, it's coming up where a year ago, I got invited to Winner's Circle. So like that is like rolling through my mind, and that's kind of like where it started. For those of you who don't know, I have a daughter. She's a year and a half, and the postpartum mess that is postpartum was really hard for me. Like I was in a fog the entire time I was breastfeeding, which was up until a year ago. And that's like where my mindset started to like just really, it was weird. So I went to Winter Circle with Emily, and like the biggest takeaway that I got from that was, because I spent a lot of time with her. Like she's one of those people who's always trying to meet someone new, always have new conversations with people, and a couple of things she instilled in me in that trip was always taking something new from a conversation. So learning something from everybody, no matter who you're talking to, whether they're brand freaking new in the company or whether they have been here for a million years, you know? And the other thing too, I was picking her brain about something, and she's like, yeah, I just try to do something wildly out of my comfort zone every single day. And I freaking took that and ran. Like literally, I was so afraid of public speaking. I was so afraid of talking on Zooms. Like I was so shy, so introverted, like all that stuff. And I literally went on stage that very same day that she said that to me. I went on stage, spoke, talked about my aha moments, shaking like a freaking leaf in front of Cami and Mark and Cindy. I blacked out. I don't even know what I said on that stage, if I want to be honest with you. But I did that, and I was like, I'm ready to do it again. Like I'm ready to do that every freaking week. And now here I am talking on Zooms like all the time, which is crazy because it used to be something that I hated. But I do like a lot of what Brooke said. So every morning, recently, I got out of an abusive relationship in March. So this has been an adjustment period, and every day I start with gratitude. So I do a meditation. I do Amanda Frances meditations. I see that Kylie put her in one of the podcasts on here. So I do her meditations. They make me feel freaking fire. She ends one of them as like, and I'll never be effing the same. And I'm like, yeah, I'll never be the same. I'm going to be better every freaking day. Like, it's just such a bomb way to start. So I do that. I think of all the things I'm grateful for. I usually cry because, like, the fact that I own my own place and, like, got out of that shitty situation, excuse my language, sorry, and that I have my daughter and that I have all these things that I once, like, prayed so hard for. And we all do, guys. We all have things in our lives now that we once prayed so freaking hard for. And that has just kept me going, because I'm not going to lie, ever since that happened, my enrollments have not been where they're at, but I show up every freaking day because I know that if I keep doing that, that they will get there again. And I just keep thinking about Christmas cash. Like, my enrollments were crap. Didn't do a complete 4-in-1 for like 2 months. And like, that's where we're like headed right now, right? We're like almost 2 months into this bonus period. And I didn't do a freaking full cycle. But then I ended with 2 complete Christmas caches. And it's because I had that faith, and it's because I showed up every day and I did those things outside of my comfort zone, and I had that gratitude, and I got around people who freaking believe in me and encourage me to be the real me instead of the fake Instagram blogger filter BS filtered version of Elisa. Like, no, I don't like that version. And you have to be yourself too. And so that's what self-development is going to really help you to do, is be that authentic self, not give a rat's butt about what Susie, like, in the comment section, scam this, scam that. Like, we don't care about her. We care about our kids, our future families, our spouses, our freaking selves, all of the people that we're going to help change their lives. So that was a weird tangent. Did I answer?
No. I love what you're talking about. I love what you're talking about. So you guys, what she's talking about is having the faith and having the vision to keep going. When the enrollments are not coming in, when the messages are not coming in, when the TikToks are not going viral, when, like, you know what I mean? Like, when it feels like it's not happening. And I am so freaking guilty. And I've been talking to my team about this whole week, because I've been going through like a similar thing. Like, I had a video finally go viral at the end of April, and it felt so freaking good. And I got so many influencer applications in, and then it just felt like it just like died. Like, I enrolled like 4 or 5 distributors from it, and then it was like new. And I have this terrible habit of, like, when I feel like it's not happening, I like go into like panic. Like, what do I need to do? Do we need to do a push chat? I need to send 100 messages. I need to do this. Who's working on my team? Nobody. Okay, grab hands with who is. Like, but it's from such this place of fear. It's from such this place of lack. It's from such this place of like, why isn't it happening as fast as I want it to be? When really what you need to do is be in this state of like knowingness that it is happening, and it's happening right now, and it's all working out for you. That comes from, like Elisa said, doing meditations, doing journaling, knowing your own self-worth. Why are you doing this? Doing it for yourself, doing it for your family. And that's like my biggest, like, that's one of the biggest reasons that I wanted to do like this thing about like building May momentum, is because I could feel it like in my bones that I was going to get really anxious and start like acting out of fear that like it's not happening fast enough, or I'm not doing good enough, or my team isn't working enough. And it's just, like I said, it's just from such a place of fear. It's from such a place of lack, instead of being from this place of like knowingness and passion and authenticity, and just like stepping into my power and being that best version of myself. And so, no, I absolutely love that. So right now, what are the things that you are doing and that you are having your team do, whether or not it's bringing in like all the enrollments in this exact moment? What are the things that you are focusing on right now to build that momentum so that you can get the results that you want?
Yeah, so we are a TikTok and Reels team, and like in December, January, I enrolled a bunch of girls from TikTok. Linda's on here. I don't know if Jenny's on here, but I enrolled a bunch of girls from TikTok who are freaking killing it. And so that's what they know, that's what they do. And whether or not it's working for me right now, like, I know that it will, because I've just seen like such great results from it. So that's what we do. From there, I personally do Instagram host to post. So I do product, biz, giveaway, and then just like funny out there Elisa stuff on TikTok. Like, that's what I do. If you know, you know. But So my goal this month is to get up 1,000 host posts. I've got up like almost 300 so far this month, and just like Instagram, like host to post. So I do like the money hack, like that you all have seen from Marissa. Everyone has their own weird version of it. So that's what I'm doing. And then I do like the smoothie ones, the coffee ones, the TikTok. I'm staying away from Facebook right now only because my Facebook's been taken down like 7 times this year, and I don't want to lose it, but I encourage you to like use everything. I grew my Instagram over 500, which was huge for me last month. So I'm just gonna like keep doing that. My TikTok's grown almost 2,000 since since mid-April. So I'm just growing my network has always been my biggest thing, because I know that the more people who are watching me, the more people I'm going to enroll. Like I just know that. That's what I did last year. Like I just know that that's what works, because whether they're my new hype person or whether they join me, like one of those things is happening, and I'm here for all of it.
Well, and I think too, one of the things that like people who have really either you're just getting started and you feel like it's not happening fast enough, and or you're somebody who's been in the business for a while and you feel like you might be at kind of a standstill. It's like, how many new friends have you gained? How many new followers have you gained? How many new contacts do you have watching your stuff? Because for me, I have over, I had almost 5,000 Facebook friends forever, but then it was when I actually started like going through and actually removing people and adding new people that things actually started to shift, like in my Facebook, where I was getting more comments and getting more interaction and getting more views on my reels and stuff. And so it's just really important, if you want to build momentum, that you understand, because this is all about building momentum, is that the people that you add to your network in May are like your customers and distributors for like July, August, and September, because that's like right? Some people will absolutely hop on your Facebook and order from you right away. That happens all the time. Someone will see one TikTok from you and join you. You know what I mean? But it's really important to make sure that you understand that this idea of building slow, steady growth is like the more people you're adding every day. Saray, we're gonna lose Saray here in just a second, guys. We can hear from you next week if you want, unless you want to pop on real fast and share anything.
No, it's probably gonna die. I have like 1% left. We're at Lowe's. But I was gonna just mention exactly what all the girls have been mentioning about like the mindset and allowing yourself to restart, because I feel like for such a long time there was like this huge, I'm back to like we're in the paint department. You can get into this funk and in your mind of like, I just don't know what else to do. Like, I feel like for me personally, like I was in this like realm of like, everybody on Instagram already knows what I've accomplished. They already know like the things that I've done. I've already attracted the people that I needed to attract. But then the moment that I started shifting to other platforms.
There she goes. It's all right. I told her we would have her on next week too, but she's 100% correct. And that's kind of what I'm saying when I get, because when you've been in this, whether you've been in this business for a long time or not, it's very easy to get into this place in your business where you're like, what do I need to do? And it comes from this place of like fear and anger and lack and like, what is wrong with me? Why is it not working? Why am I not enrolling? And then you work your business from this place of like, nobody on my Facebook is interested. None of my TikToks can get more than 200 views. And how likely are you to like keep going and like stay positive and focus on your goals if like that's the attitude that you're like approaching your business with every day? Very low, very, very low. And so when you start to feel this way, when you start to feel like, oh my God, like I'm getting stuck in these limiting beliefs, I'm getting stuck in this place where I feel like it's not going to happen for me because of XYZ reason, adjusting your perspective and adjusting your mindset, and then being willing to, like Elisa said, she's got 2,000 new TikTok followers in the last few weeks. Like those 2,000 people are now going to be watching her TikToks. Pivot. Exactly. Find a new network. If all you've been doing is messaging on Facebook and that's not working for you, maybe you need to start going through your Instagram followers. If all you've been doing is posting on TikTok. You haven't been posting anything on Reels. Maybe you need to start posting on Reels. Maybe you haven't been posting video content at all because I see you and I know there are those of you who are still not doing it. And I love you to pieces, but I know that you're not doing it and you need to be doing it because it would make a huge difference in your business. Like there are always little, that's the mindset. You go from this place of, oh my God, what do I do? It's not working. It's not happening. I'm freaking out, to what can I do? What can I do? What can I do differently? What can I do better? What can I do more of? It takes you out of this space of lack and fear and doubt and stuckedness and moves you into being in a place where you can accept this sort of like divine guidance of like, what do I need to do? So this is just like an example. Was feeling really like weird and like, God, like why? Like this TikTok went viral. I got like 500 new PDTs, like 5 of them signed up, and now like I can't find any of them. Like they're not responding. So on my and this is like, I'm not telling you guys to go do this. This is just like for me on my influencer form, they put in their email address, and I have a website called Flowdesk. So all of their emails get put into like a group so that I can send emails. And so yesterday morning I woke up, I was feeling really anxious. I was feeling really like I took Mother's Day off, and I have a real issue like resting and like taking time off. And so I came back and I was like, God, like I just feel so anxious about my business today. Like not like, I don't like the momentum that's happening. I don't like where my own enrollments are at. And then I just sat down and I was like, okay, what can I do that's like time efficient, effective, and like gonna like get good response? So I took an email that I actually got from Jade because I put my email into Jade's influencer form so that I could get her emails when she sends them out. And I took this email that Jade sent out this last weekend, and I took it into a Word document and I tweaked it to fit me, and I put it in an email and I sent it out to like, I have like 700 people on this email list. I had 5 people text me from sending out this email. And it was like, I never would have even thought to send out that email if I had stayed in this place of like, oh my, I don't even know what to do with my hands and nothing's working. And do I message on Facebook? And do I need to just put up another TikTok? I like just sat down, took a breath, and was like, what can I do? What can I do that's efficient, effective, gonna get the word out to a lot of people? And for some of you guys, maybe that is, okay, I need to go back through everybody who I've added to VIP Lounge. I need to go into my Facebook inbox and search the word caffeine and follow up with everybody who I've talked to about gummies. Okay, I do need to put up a reel because it's been 2 weeks and I haven't put up a reel, and I haven't even posted about the new May giveaway on my Instagram yet. And I need to go do that because there's a sea of people there that I haven't touched base with. So allow yourself to be open to the possibilities of doing what you haven't done yet, or doing more, or doing better. Oh, back to you, Elisa. So I know you talked about meditation. And then I know that you do like courses and stuff too. Is there anything else that you would recommend to somebody who is in this space of like feeling like stuck or the results aren't happening fast enough?
Yeah, so I guess this ties in with it, but if you want like incredible momentum in your business, focus on distributors. Like hands down, enrolling customers is great. There's a girl, Maggie, who's freaking incredible. I love following her, who just enrolled 130 customers like already, or more than that at this point. And that's amazing. And she's going to make a lot of money off of that. But like being DT focused is going to have a lot more long-term momentum. Like in December, I was so DT focused. People were like thinking I was crazy. There's some people who look down on enrolling like 20 to 30 distributors a month. But honestly, there's no freaking downside to that. Like there isn't. You're like worst case scenario, you're going to get a few people who stick around who are freaking incredible. So be distributor focused, because especially on TikTok, the people who enroll from TikTok and Reels are just a different breed. Like I just love the vibe better. They want to do things. They're not afraid to do the new crazy things. They want to do the video content, which is where it's at right now. So that's my biggest thing. Like go out, enroll a distributor. It doesn't matter if you suck at leadership. We all start at start. We all start at leadership freaking a year ago, freaking 2 years ago. Like same thing with Hope was saying, like 2017 me who joined, like ew. But like we all have to start somewhere and we all have to fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna get better.
Well, it's also like, and I'm sure somebody who's been on my team for a long time has heard me say this before, and they can roll their eyes at me if they want, but it's never been better, you guys. It's literally never been better. Between all of the stuff that Jade is doing, locking arms with Katie and Jackie, doing this stuff in the Limitless Tribe, the Limitless Training Academy, host to post video content, the 4-in-1, and all the bonuses, and we're getting like literally like almost a dozen new products at the end of this month, and our products are so much better than they've ever been, and our compensation plan's better than it's ever been. So like, stop doing this thing where either you've never enrolled a distributor before, and so you're doubting that you even know how to do it, and or you have enrolled a distributor before and it either hasn't gone so well, or you haven't been able to build that momentum with that person, and so you're doubting yourself and your ability to help someone else be successful in this business. It's never been more fun, and it's never been easier to help someone else be successful in this business. And if I say that and you're like, again, like kind of rolling your eyes at me, then it's a belief thing. It's a mindset thing. It's a perspective thing, because I know that it's never been more fun. It's never been easier. It's never been better to be a part of our team and to have someone who's starting right now join our team. And yeah, 100% distributor. Like, yes, like do your 4-in-1, right? Like enroll your customers too, but if you want, but do like 4-in-4, do like one distributor for every customer, because what you focus on is what you're going to get. And the more distributors that you can bring in right now, the more momentum you're going to see on your team as we go through the summer. So anything else, Elisa?
No, I'm excited.
Me too. This is a good one. We will hear from Saray again next week. I know that next week isn't month end, but I think what I would like to do, because it'll be like halfway through the month, is start talking about month end and month end momentum. Because when I tell you guys that what you do like last week, this week, next week, up the end of the month is what is going to determine the kind of boom that you have at the end of the month. It is. So I think we'll have Saray on next week, and we'll talk more about follow-ups. We'll talk more about the things you can do at month end to really move yourself ahead and move yourself ahead for June. And I'm just really grateful. I'm just really grateful to be on here with you guys and to be doing this month, and just to give you guys some just reassurance that like we all feel this way. We all have moments where we feel like it's not happening fast enough. We're not doing good enough. There's something wrong with us. There's something wrong with the things that we're doing. But the mindset and the idea behind momentum, long-term lasting residual momentum, is that it's not going to happen fast. It's not going to be a crazy explosion. You're going to build it over time. And over time, your business is going to build, and it's going to grow, and it's going to scale, and it's going to feel better. All of us have had times in our business where it felt like it was exploding. And I can tell you that long-term lasting growth feels way better than any explosion of volume or distributors or anything else that I've ever experienced. So I love you guys. Thank you, Elisa. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you, Saray. Thank you guys for all being on. I will get this recording up ASAP, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.